Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
Yo, what is good, everybody? What is going on tonight? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and guess who's back? Back again. Kicking its back, kicking its back, kicking its back. That's right. We are back tonight, and my co-host for the evening is back. Isaiah, how are you doing tonight, my man?
What's up, Ace? And what's up to all of our viewers out there? You know, it's great to be back. I missed all of you guys for the last 2 to 3 weeks, man. Due to work circumstances, I wasn't able to, do a couple of the shows. But, my guy, Mess Around Dave, did a phenomenal job filling in last week. I watched the program while I was working at Alaska Airlines. He did a great job, so shout out to him. But yeah, I'm back, man. Looking forward to a great party here on Saturday night. And also, let me just say this before Ace, I hand it over to you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've dealt with so many weird situations at the airport, but I would say today was the top of the top because everybody knows that when you travel somewhere, you have to have two things. Either you have to have your boarding pass and also your passport or your ID, right? Everybody knows that. It's common sense. So I'm working on checking in someone today. They're like, I can't check in. I'm like, oh, okay, let's see why you can't check in. Pull up his reservation. He's got his boarding pass, everything like that. But guess what? He can't check in because the gentleman did not realize that, oh, I'm sorry. I thought I just needed my boarding pass and my luggage and I'm good to go. I didn't think I needed my ID or my passport. Long story short, he missed his flight because he didn't bring a passport or his ID to get it verified for his flight. So, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you're flying, have either your ID or your passport with you or you won't be going on the trip.
Which you would think would make logical sense, that people would definitely know that. But before we go ahead and jump into our topics, I do want to say that somebody did have a birthday this week, and that was Isaiah. So, Isaiah, if you don't mind sharing, how was your birthday? Did you do anything fun?
I didn't really do anything fun. It was just for my birthday, we just went out to dinner with the fam at a local buffet place, really good buffet place out there in San Jose. Ate a lot of sushi, ate a lot of oysters, crabs, all that good stuff, and just had a blast with the family. But I did receive one really, really good birthday present that's gonna be coming, I believe, in a couple of days. And that is a Trey Area t-shirt. So I'm all stacked up, ready to go for the football season, repping the best quarterback in the NFL. So, yeah, that's one of the best gifts that I got.
We're not going that far, man. Jesus. Already starting off on a bad note. That's already one right there in the crazy Isaiah takes. All right. So, well, we do have Big B. He's hanging around backstage. I don't know if his technology is up and going yet. I can see him kind of hanging out back there. We'll see how well he's doing. He is back again. So, Chris, you may want to drop it down there. All right, he's back up. Big B, how are you doing tonight, my man?
Hey, I'm doing good. Just got off of work. Been a long couple days. Something Isaiah never knows about. But I'm ready to sit here and chit chat. Heard you said we had some great topics tonight, so I can't wait to hear them.
Yeah, there were actually some great, funny topics, and like the first one, when you think about it, I thought it was going to shock me at first when Isaiah left a comment for me when I sent it to him, but then after that, I'm like, wait. It didn't shock me because our first one is that we're talking about how the USA. So we know that there's so many different, competitions out there and everything else. Yep. So this year, the USA has actually started what's what's called the Ultimate Mullet Championship. So they were searching around the United States trying to find people to come in and let everybody see their best mullets that everybody had. It actually completely shocked me when I saw that. But the reason I'm saying that anyways is because when I sent this out, Isaiah's like, "What's a mullet?" Like, he seriously didn't know what a mullet was. And I had to tell him a mullet is a type of haircut, man. Like the mullet.
Go
Like,
back and look at Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart. That's a mullet.
yeah, it's like the mullet supposedly was like making a comeback, and Christy Wilson saying the Ultimate Mullet Challenge. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. They just wanted to see people bring in their best mullets, and they want to see who had the best one around the world. So Isaiah, I know you don't really know what a mullet exactly is, but I will turn this over to you anyways. You tell me what your thoughts on this Ultimate Mullet Championship.
Well, first of all, I thought a mullet was a fish. I thought it was a little gray fish that people catch and have for dinner. But putting that aside, so that's why when Adam mentioned it to me, I was like kind of looking at the top. I was like, "What, a fish challenge? Are they going fishing? What are they doing fishing in a lake? What's going on?" But now that I know what a mullet is, or kind of know what a mullet is, I'm looking at some of these pictures of these USA Mullet Championships, and I'm looking at it, and oh my gosh, man, a lot of these kids, like, they look so hip, they look so gangsta, they look so just amazing in these.
Okay.
Yeah, they look like there's one kid right here that just looks like he's a member of like a punk rock band or something, with the hair like that, with the cool glasses that he's got rocking. I mean, another kid looks like he's little Brock Lesnar out here with the mullet and the glasses, like the shiny glasses. It's unique. I'll say that. It is really unique. And, after looking at some of these pictures and looking at how cool some of these kids and some of these like adults really look, I'm honestly considering getting a mullet myself, just because I think it would be so good to just look at it during work, and people would be drawn to me. So I'm like thinking about it. It's one cool haircut. Like, I got a haircut recently, and I would say if I had known what a mullet is, I probably would have asked the person cutting my hair to try to get me a mullet, because this looks really, really awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, that was interesting. I was not expecting Isaiah to start talking about how potentially he would get a mullet. So, Big B, I'm going to come to you because we know that, and I'm not saying you're old. What I'm saying is I know you probably experienced the mullet days though. So with that though, I really have to ask, since you were in the mullet days, did you rock a mullet? Did you have a mullet at some point?
No, I did not. If anything, if I had any haircut that was a fad, it was the spiky haircut, the buzz look. But, to hear Isaiah say that, mullets and gangster in the same sentence, I thought was kind of interesting. And then Brock Lesnar, I don't recall Brock Lesnar ever having a mullet, but I don't know. But Isaiah, I'll throw it out right now. You grow a mullet and you can shave it when the Jacksonville Jaguars win the Super Bowl.
Yes. Yes, I love it. James Gonzalez is in the chat. He's saying no, Leong. So he's even telling you no also. But that was really what I was wondering, Big B, is if you ever had one, and you're saying no. It that you also thought that the mullet was dumb, so you never wanted to rock it, or what exactly was it?
I've never been one for guys with long hair, so I never liked long hair. So I always, got mine chopped off all the time. So yeah, I've never been. Some guys, hey, they can pull it off. They can pull off the look, with the ponytail, man bun, the mullet. I mean, like Chrissy said, Blake Shelton had one. I mean, he pulled it off really nice. So It's a look I don't think I could pull off. Maybe if I find a wig or something, maybe I'll put it on and see how I would have rocked it out. But
Makes
not for
sense.
me.
So let me ask you, because as long as I've known you, you've been bald. Like, that's it.
Yep.
So I'm really curious. Have you ever, like, is this just something you do that you just shave it, or do you
All right,
actually
so
or do you not grow hair right now?
no,
Like, really?
I shave it.
hear
I
this.
shave it. So when I started shaving it, it was a very hot summer day, and I was just couldn't stay cool and went to the bathroom, and I'm sitting there and I see my clippers across the room, across on the sink there, and I'm just like, okay, I'm done, and just came out of the bathroom and shaved. Shocked everybody because when I went into the bathroom, I had hair. I'll have to post a picture on Facebook. If you guys check me out on Facebook, 97 was like the last time I really had hair in my senior picture. So, but yeah, no, I'll remember nice hot summer day and I couldn't stand it anymore. And I just came out of the bathroom and shaved.
You rock the hair. That's
Yeah.
that's how it started. And Nate's saying I used to have long hair too.
Nate, from knowing him, from, other networks and stuff, I can see him rocking a good mullet, I think.
Right? Yeah, definitely. I definitely think so. Just speaking of hair in general, do you think that, like, the mullet is like one of the dumbest haircuts that anybody could possibly get? Like honestly.
Well, I ain't gonna say the dumbest haircut because I mean there's, it's just never been my thing. People that could pull it off, hey, go get yourself a mullet. I mean, J Mac has a mullet in the front of his face, pretty much with his beard and stuff. I would say he's got the reverse mullet, I call it. But
Well, I thought
I don't know. There's been other stupid haircuts and stuff. I mean,
well, yeah, because I thought that one of the strangest haircuts, and you may have seen this though too, is like, so they shave their head completely, but then in the back of it they have like a little ponytail.
yeah, that one, or I'll say shave it, and I know it's more of a headbanging look, but they shave their head and then they have their hair spiked up, like 3 effing feet, in the air, just solid, like it ain't going nowhere. Like you could probably turn them upside down and start poking holes in your ground with how thick, that hair is. But,
So Ish is saying, "What's up, gents? Happy Saturday night. What is going on, Ish? We hope you're having a fantastic night." And then Nate is also saying, "I stopped when I was 14." So Nate stopped with his long hair when he was 14. Christy is saying that to her, the dumbest haircut out there is probably the mohawk.
No, a small mohawk I get, but I'm talking like the ones that are like 2 to 3 feet long, and they're just rock hard. It's like, come on.
That's what she said.
Well, that's
Whoa, mess around.
Yeah, he's there.
What's up?
Isaiah, you were going to say something.
Yeah, well, I would say I like the haircuts that you guys listed out of all like the dumbest haircuts. It's nothing compared to when, for some reason, that summer I decided just to grow my hair out, and I didn't get a haircut from December the year before all the way until I think I cut my hair like the day before school started. This was when I was a sophomore in high school. My hair was like super long, and it was starting to get uncomfortable. So what I just did was one day, I just couldn't wait any longer. So I took a pair of scissors, and my hair for some reason was going down like this. It got to the point where it was nearly poking me in the eye, and it was down on my nose. I took a pair of scissors and I just trimmed that thing off, and I showed up to I think I was at a summer camp or whatever, and then people were like looking at me like, huh? And they're like, did you get a haircut? What's this new look? And I was like, yeah, like my hair was like so long that I just took a pair of scissors and just trimmed it. And that was probably like one of the dumbest things I've ever done, because it turned out like not even my barber couldn't fix it. My barber was like, "What the hell did you do? Because you got this weird thing like from here, it's like crooked and it
Sounds like something I do, yeah.
style."
Mhm.
And then I guess I also used a pair of scissors to trim the back as well, but I couldn't see very good. So one side was a little bit long, or one side was long, one side was short. It was just.
What
It
you
was-
said.
Do you have pictures of that?
No, I don't. I wish I did. I wish I did for sure.
So
But it was bad.
So James is saying I had long hair back in the summer of 2009. I was very popular, but it was so hot having it, I had to cut it off after a while. And then Dave Koch and Sparker, what's up, Dave Koch? We hope you have a fantastic night. So Dave is also saying spiked hair can be used at drive-ins to pop tire if people try to back into the drive-in, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Chris saying worst thing I have ever did was let one of my friends cut my hair.
Cut her
She
hair.
didn't do a good job. I just wasn't happy with it. Absolutely. And then Isaiah Ish is saying happy belated birthday. So happy 8th years old.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Hey, what's going on, James? How's it going?
I got an invitation, so I was like, hair? Okay, I got a few stories or a few suggestions for Isaiah.
Well, number one, don't cut your own hair. That's one suggestion right there.
Exactly. I did that back in the day, and I could tell it looked really bad. My family would always say, "Hey, why is this so uneven in the back? Like, what are you doing?" I was just obsessed with trying to like save money any way I could. You know, during the pandemic, you know, when all the barbers were all closed and whatnot, I remember I had a thing where I was like, okay, I would go like 8 times up here, 4 times back here, and I was done. There was like no worry about like how I looked. And sometimes I do that, but lately I've been going where I gotta go. But I had a thing similar with Big B. Like I said in the comments, I looked like my mother with curly hair. It was all the way down here. Dude, I had like 3 girlfriends during that whole summer of 2009. Not all in a row, of course.
Mr.
Not
Suarez over here.
no, not all in a row. I mean, not all at one time. But dude, that was the most popular I've ever been, and I think it was just because of the hair. Because once I got the hair cut off, because it was so damn hot after a while, I am what I am now.
Did ladies call you Fabio?
Which, and ever since then, I never let it get past my ears. Once it gets itching right there, I quickly get it cut off.
So
Isaiah should get that mohawk. I really think he
Right.
should. I think
Yeah, I
that
think we should put a vote. A mohawk or a mullet for Isaiah?
I'll do something.
How
I'll do
about a
something
bowl
with
cut?
So Ish, I will say I have used this before because Ish is saying, Isaiah, you should call me to be your barber. I've actually used this before. When people have said I need a haircut, I'm like, I can do it. I'm a barber.
Hey, remember that time we got drunk and cut each other's hair? That was
Yes,
awesome.
that was bad. Yeah, it was really bad, and that's why I have
It
a
was
feeling.
terrible.
That's why I have a feeling this coming up weekend something bad's gonna happen.
Right?
Speaking of people with mohawks,
Shenanigans.
you gotta. Could you see Dave having a mohawk back in the day?
My hair's been this short since the 9th grade.
But
Can
I
you
think
imagine-
Dave could rock a mean mullet. I think.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
saying, can you imagine messing around with a mullet?
I think,
my
he could,
God.
I think he could definitely,
Rock that
rock a
mullet.
good mullet. Yeah.
I don't
Alright.
think people would recognize me if I had a mullet.
Hmm.
Well, all right. Well, let's go ahead and go on to our next topic here. So this next topic was actually interesting. I actually saw a video about this. It was kind of going viral because it was like one of the craziest videos. So this lady, she was like sitting in her car and she was like reading her text or emails, or I don't know exactly what she was doing, but she was doing something, and then a cop like walked up up to her window, and she was like, "Can I help you?" And the cop's like, "Yeah, we need to have a conversation." And she was like, "Why? Am I doing something wrong?" He's like, "Well, I will say, I have seen people pull over on the side of the road. I've seen people pull in a parking lot. I have never seen somebody completely stop in the middle of the road and just park in the middle of a road and pull out your phone and start reading texts and emails and stuff." And so then she got angry and she was like, are you pulling me over then? And he said, "Well, in that case, yes, I need you to pull over here." And the lady's like, "Well, do you not understand? I am a woman, so because I am a woman means that you should not be allowed to pull me over. You should not come to my window and just talk to me at my window. You're lucky I did not have my mace, or I would have maced you." And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh my God."
Wow.
Like, oh my God. So this lady was completely going off saying that she should not be arrested because she was a woman.
That is so crazy.
But finding the weirdest part to the weirdest place to park to in the middle of the road. You're just stopping. So Isaiah, what's your thoughts on this one?
Well, then I shouldn't be arrested because I'm Isaiah. You know, I shouldn't be arrested because I'm Isaiah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly, right. And I should get into every Lakers game for free too. But I mean, this kind of reminds me of that. There was a Florida man story where it was like New Year's Day, and if I remember correctly, the gentleman wanted a place to eat his breakfast. It was, I think, Jack in the Box or McDonald's, like the pancake, the eggs, and then I think you have like the English muffin and the hash brown. And then he wanted a place to eat his breakfast. So that guy legitimately went to a Home Depot, I think it was. He bought a table, and he just randomly set that table in the middle of the road and started eating his pancakes and his breakfast right there on the middle of the road. Like that, this is kind of what it reminds me of. Like the lady just randomly parking in the middle of the street and just not even on the street, or on the street, and just reading her text while in her car. It reminds me of that. It's like it's there's people out there that sometimes you're just wondering, like, what are they thinking and why are they even doing this? It's like, it's common sense. Like that, for example, that the passport example that I brought up in the beginning of the show. Like, everybody knows when you travel somewhere, you have to have your passport or ID. But that person happens to not bring either document and is like, why did I not get let on the plane? Yeah, because you don't have your documents to travel. Same thing with this lady. It's like, why? Why would you do that?
Mess around. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's really dumb. That'd be like Big B saying you can't pull him over because he's bald. Come on. It's the stupidest story I've heard all day.
Right, you can't pull me over. I'm a woman, you can't pull me over. And then to have the nerve to say, "You know what, you're lucky I didn't have my mace." Because you walked up to my window, I would have maced you. And I'm like, yeah, that's a brilliant idea to tell a cop. Really? Are you serious?
Although I will say that I did the same thing the other day. Like, I stopped in the middle of the road to put the Bears game on my phone so I can listen to it while I was driving. But there's nobody around when I did it.
Yeah, this lady was like in the middle of a busy street, just stopped the car and just parked there. Like, completely parked.
It was a back road I was on.
I did the same thing Mess Around Dave did. During the Niners game, once I was watching the game on my phone, and I was walking on the bike lane because there was so many people walking on the sidewalks. I was like, I wanted a free path to walk by myself. So I was walking the bike lane, and then I was just holding my phone like this and watching the Niners game. And then I just like stopped because there was a very exciting play going on. And then a couple bikers were like, dude, move out of the way, man. Move out of the way. I was like, oh, shoot. Sorry. But yeah, I almost got hit by two bikes, and I almost got trampled by two bikers because I was literally standing in the middle of the bike lane just using my phone and watching the Niners game last year.
All right, Big B.
Isaiah
Oh,
loses again.
I don't think you guys should talk to me that way, because I'm big and Big B. I don't get it. I don't. It reminds me when that Pokemon app came out and everybody was like,
Pokemon
Oh,
Go.
God.
yeah, Pokemon Go. People were pulling over on the side of the roads trying to catch a Pokemon on the other side of the road, so they stopped traffic. It's just like, dude, really? I mean,
Dude.
that happened a lot in Minnesota here. There's people stopping outside of the roads or going around the blocks and trying to get, and I just don't get people thinking, and it just shows the respect or disrespect that they have for law enforcement, people too nowadays. But I don't want to get into that. But
Speaking of Pokemon, my son just got into that a couple days ago. We're driving. He's like, Dad, stop. There's a gym. I'm like, dude, I'm in the middle of the road. I cannot stop. And he got so mad.
yeah, it just, I don't know. People, like Chrissy said, people are weird.
So we have a few comments here. Dave saying she's lucky he didn't approach the car with a pistol out, and then Jason is also saying bike lanes is for bikes. It even
Isaiah.
has bikes in the title. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to tell you, Isaiah.
You're
It's for
roasted.
bikes. It has
And
it in the
honestly, I think
title.
most bike lanes have a picture of a bike every so many feet too. So
Mhm.
Isaiah can't read. He's got an excuse.
And so Jason's even saying,
Not
you
in
think
the box.
people are stupid in the South? In Minnesota, they light a fire out on the ice during ice fishing.
yeah, that is true. They do that.
It is very true. So James, what's your
Some people
thoughts
camp on
this
the
show?
ice too, J-Mac. Don't forget
On
that.
the situation?
Yeah, well, 3 songs come to mind. You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman.
What?
What was the other one? Yeah, because she said you
Oh,
only pulled me over because I'm a woman, or you only came to the window because I'm a woman,
No,
and then come to my window.
I thought you were going to say when I think
She
about
was
it,
saying
touch myself.
she wasn't saying he only came to the window because she was a woman. She said you should not be able to pull me over because I am a woman.
Oh, there we go. Hear her roar. What was the second one? Come to My Window, Melissa Etheridge. Middle of the Road, The Pretenders. Anyway, that's so dangerous to think about it. Isaiah pretty much did the same thing. You're causing a hazard. You could die. Just don't do that ever again.
Isaiah's the reason they have safety meetings.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm in charge of what happens with airplanes. So,
Oh,
right?
my
I have
God.
my phone with me most of the time too. So put that together.
I say people just be smarter out there and
Be smart.
just don't. Your phone can wait. All those messages and all that. It can definitely wait. Just get to where you got to go. If you do pull over to the emergency lane and not in the middle. That's simple.
Right? And Nate saying, I play Pokemon Go, and even I think people have made some dumb decisions when playing that game. And then Jason saying, the Asian Skip Bayless, ice fishing is something that is done during the winter when the lake is frozen. They are not fishing for ice cubes just to clear it up now.
He saved you a trip to Google.
Yeah, so there you go. Just in case you were not aware of what ice fishing was, it's been definitely cleared up for you.
Thank you. I needed that clarification for sure.
Well, he just thought you might, and it actually wouldn't shock me if you did, because there's a lot of clarifications that you need. So I'm just saying. I mean, you didn't know what a mullet was, so
yeah, you thought it was
I
a
thought it
fish.
was
No,
Great fish. You know that little gray fish that swims in the pond that people always, or the lakes that everybody go out and catches like every time. I don't
No.
know what exactly.
No?
those are.
no, because there's
It's like-
a lot of fish that are gray. So I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
I don't know what's the name of it, but I thought it was like one of those little gray fishies that are swimming in the lake.
what are they called? Mallards? Is that what
Is
you're
it
thinking of?
A mallard is a duck.
No, ain't there a fish too? Some kind. It's like a mallard. It sounds like a mallard. I don't know.
No,
I'm
Yeah,
not a fisherman.
yeah. Are you talking about a minnow?
It might be. It's just one of those gray like fishes that are like this size.
Yeah, a
that,
minnow was a little fish. A minnow is a little fish.
Oh, man.
Might be that. It might be that.
It's a minnow. It's a little fish, bro. Okay. Well, anyways, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one here. Let's see if we can confuse Isaiah a little bit more.
Oh, not too hard.
So our next topic is there was a man that was wanted in Oregon, and the police found him. So then they went to approach him, but he tried to outrun them on a freaking excavator, and all they did was just walk alongside of him until they climbed up in there and grabbed him because he tried to outrun them in an excavator. Now, Isaiah, what an excavator is? Well, before I explain this, Isaiah, do you know what an excavator is?
No, I don't. Oh, is it one of those like elevators that's used to transport big items, like cargo, like big, you know, those hotel carts that you push luggages? Is that what it is?
No.
Wow, I love it when you explain stuff so wrong every time.
It's so great. It is so great.
Oh, wait. I think I have another guess. Is it one of those poles that you like use to go skiing? Like, you know, those like
Oh,
goodness.
with?
Isaiah,
No.
use Google.
No.
my head
No.
hurts.
I know.
Yeah, so even Jason's saying, how do they trust you with anything that has to do with an airplane?
Well, they
Let
don't
alone
trust me
iPad.
now. I'm at the counter, but in 2 months I'm gonna be upstairs opening the airplane's doors, letting people out, connecting that jet bridge over to the plane, closing the plane.
Oh, crap.
Doors. I'm gonna be doing that. So that'll be fun.
He's gonna forget
They're never
to
getting
put
out
the
the
bridge up,
airplane.
and people are gonna fall off the freaking airplane when they're trying to
They're
get
never
there,
getting out.
Man.
right?
I'm also coordinating snacks, by the way. Too.
Anyway, all right.
Coordinating
So
snacks.
Isaiah, an excavator is almost like a tractor, right? It's like a tractor type, and it's got like a long shaft. And I know that sounds weird, but yes, it's got a long shaft to dig a bunch of holes like dirt and everything else. So,
Dirt.
Isaiah. And now understand that excavators probably go about as fast as a tractor. That's about it. Okay, they don't go very fast at all. So understand. What's your thoughts on somebody trying to outrun them in an excavator?
Isaiah, look.
Ain't that a
That is
picture?
an excavator.
That
is an
person was trying to outrun that?
Yeah, that's it right
Dude, we
there.
called out a bulldozer. That's an excavator?
What?
That's what we call a bulldozer. I've been calling that thing a bulldozer my entire life.
No, that's not.
Oh my
God.
goodness.
That's like a what's it called on Bob's the Builder? Dizzy, that little orange thing,
Builder.
right? Yeah, that has a long thing and digs up all the concrete.
No.
But honestly, I don't know what that person is thinking because it's like, how on earth do you outrun a machine? Like that, it's impossible. Like, I would never, and to J-Max's comment, there's no way in hell I would be able to outrun a plane. There's no way someone can outswim a boat. I mean, you can't outrun a machine. Like, I don't understand. Like,
Wait,
What?
I remember back
What?
when I was a little kid, I tried to outrun my mom's car because I was just complaining, "You're going too slow. You're
Oh
going
my
too slow."
goodness.
So I literally just left the car and I was like, I can run faster than how fast you're driving, and then just literally ran.
I'm confused though. Where did you come up with the whole thing of somebody trying to outrun an airplane or a boat? Nobody was trying to
I was comparing like the person trying to outrun that excavator.
He wasn't trying to outrun the excavator. He wasn't trying to outrun the
He was
excavator.
trying to outrun the cops in it.
Yeah.
Oh, trying to use the
Were you not
excavator to
listening?
outrun the
Oh my
cops.
god.
He was using the excavator to outrun the cops. He wasn't trying to outrun the excavator.
What?
Which
Every time
let me-
Isaiah's Go ahead.
Which Isaiah, but let me clarify this.
Ugh.
You should
Listen
be
very
able to
carefully
outrun,
this time.
you should be able to outrun an excavator. You should have no if somebody is in an excavator, you should be able to outrun it. They don't go very fast.
Unless you're Dave. I don't run, so I'm not.
I don't
but-
either.
It's
Give
just
it to James or Big B or Dave. Let me regather my thoughts.
Ouch. My head hurts.
How many
Do
times I got to
you guys
Google
remember
is
that
your
commercial, that drug commercial where they have a frying pan cooking? They're like, "This is your brain." They crack open. This is your brain on drugs. That's kind of how I feel right now when
Yep.
Isaiah
Yep.
speaks.
Ouch.
friend? That's great.
all right, well, I guess I'll go to Mess Around Dave now. So Mess Around, what's your thoughts on this guy trying to outrun the police in an excavator?
First of all, what kind of drugs is this guy on to think he's actually going to get away from these guys in a freaking excavator?
Right?
Like, was he drunk?
No, he was not. He was just a wanted man, and he was doing work, and he was working. He was doing some kind of work with like construction or something, and he was
So
on
you're
an
saying this
excavator.
man is stupider than Isaiah?
Mm-mm.
James on the chicken said no. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. All right, James.
Well, what? No. Look, when you're desperate, not. I've never been in that situation. Well, I ran from the cops one time, but it was unalterated. Anyway, when you're desperate, you'll find anything. And I guess a Chevy wasn't around or the company truck. You know, usually I watch
My
these.
feet.
These speed chases, high speed chases in LA, and they find like the next car. People randomly get drunk and steal
donkey?
construction trucks
Yeah.
and steal those and drive those around. But all he had was an excavator to try to get away, and that was pretty much easy. I bet the cop or the sheriff, whomever it was, just basically stopped for a second and said, "Really? You're gonna get on that? You're gonna get in there? Okay, let me give you a minute. I'll give you a head start. Go ahead."
Well,
And then
yeah.
they got on it, opened the door, dragged him out, turned it off.
They
Boom.
stopped and ate a donut or two before they
Yeah.
got him.
I was gonna say, can you imagine how this conversation went? Right, like as he's driving away on this excavator, and the police are following him. I can imagine him like walking behind him, going, "Is this guy for real right now? Is this guy really trying this?"
We're going as far as 5 miles per hour to take us.
Well, no,
Go for it,
because-
go.
Because what it said was, it actually said they were not following him in their cars. They were actually like walking next to him as he's driving, and
You would have better luck running,
And-
trying to run.
Yes.
they were like telling him they're like, "We're giving you the chance to stop now and get out, or we're gonna climb up there and get you. It's your option." So
Oh my
and he
god.
kept going, and so I was like, really? Yeah. And Dave's like, high speed chase.
High speed chase.
Right?
And
High speed chase. I was like, man,
they
really?
need to put this man on world's dumbest criminals.
yes.
Right? Big B, your thoughts.
Man, you know they were walkie-talkie back each other. You know, the dispatch is like, "You need help? Nope. Did you catch him? Nope. What do you mean? Oh, we're standing right next to him. He's in the excavator, trying to get away. We're just walking next beside him, and you know, we'll get him. I mean, you know, that just had to be one heck of a conversation to hear over, you know, the dispatch and stuff. But again, it's just like the lady parking. What are you thinking? I mean, you know.
Well, can you imagine though, being like, they catch you, you get arrested, they take you to jail, you're sitting in the cell, then somebody's like, "How'd you get arrested?" He's like, "Well, I had a warrant, but then I tried to outrun the cops on an excavator." And they're like, "Are you
I
dumb?"
almost had it. I almost had it.
I almost had it. Yeah.
almost had it.
I
He
would
would
need a
have
better
better
story than
to
that.
try
That's
to
so
dig his
smooth,
way
yeah.
out of there somehow. I mean,
Right? So Jason's saying it was a low speed chase. They probably couldn't even charge him with eluding at that point. Well, it's kind of true when you think about it. They probably couldn't, because they're probably like, okay, he's not real. He's running yes and no. It's I don't know.
Right.
It's like he's
they
trying.
had to have been laughing.
So I'm telling you, they were eating donuts.
Yeah, I don't think I could be keeping a straight face. I really don't think
No.
I could. If I'm like walking behind them, there would be no way I could keep a straight face that whole time. I would be like, this can't be for real. Like this.
I can't
has
even.
to be-
I can't even keep a straight face just hearing the story. I'm literally laughing my ass off right now.
But not understanding what it was.
Right?
Why does my head hurt every time I'm around Isaiah?
Just next time mention excavator and he'll get confused.
Ugh. Where's my Motrin?
Where's your Motrin, right? Your Motrin is there. And Dave's saying, yep, the guy's definitely a flight risk.
Isaiah's a flight
Flight risk.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it says the one who thought they could outrun the machine, and that must be.
Well, I think I could outrun a police car using the rollerblades.
What?
I honestly think.
Well, that's
The one
not
that
outrunning.
hit me-
You're running. You're skating.
You're running.
No.
You're running.
Yes, I'm running, but with the rollerblades on, I could honestly outrun a police car with that.
I
If you go
doubt
down a
that.
hill, you go to top speed. It's probably around like I would say 130 miles an hour with that on. If you're going down like
What?
Yeah, that really steep hill, you go down like boom, right down.
You're telling
No.
me that you went you go 130 miles per hour on skates.
Yes, if I do my math correctly, I think we started at the top.
Well,
of the
then
hill.
you did not do your math correctly.
I think you need to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, my head hurts.
Here you go, baby.
I don't get it.
Would you calculate like speed and quantum physics and all that stuff,
Oh,
or whatever that Einstein did? I don't even know.
Einstein's roller skate.
That's the smartest thing you said on that. You don't even know.
Oh my God, 130 miles on rollerblades. I don't even think that's the fastest world record, Isaiah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like Jason says, they probably go like 15 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Probably. If that, like really.
Never
if
mind
that.
that.
And even Chris is saying you can't outrun cops wearing rollerblades. You just can't do it. You just can't. You can't do it. But that brings us into our next one, which when I read this one too, I was like, are you for real? So there was this guy was drunk and he wrecks into a police station. Okay, he actually he wrecked into a police station, and once he wrecked into the police station, they like come out, they're pulling him out, and they're like, "What happened?" And the guy's like, "Well, I had a few beers. I was gonna drive home, but the dang GPS it took me the wrong way. It's the GPS's fault. I would have been home, but the GPS is the one who led me here, crashing into a police station." I'm like,
God.
I was like, "Oh my god!" And Nate's like, "Where are you going to do it at? The Vancouver Blues Stadium?" The Vancouver Blues.
No, the Dallas Jet Stadium.
So, Isaiah, your thoughts on this guy blaming his GPS for being drunk and crashing into? He blamed the GPS for one, being drunk, and two, crashing into a police station.
We've got so many like funny, crazy stories to talk about this entire night. This might be the top of them all when it comes to the craziest and funniest stories, because This is your classic Florida man story. It's just like New Year's Day, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, summer fun bash, and you just get so super drunk, and then you end up doing these like crazy and stupid stuff. Like people, when you drink alcohol, like this is what I tend to like not always drink alcohol. I do drink alcohol on some occasions, but this is why I don't typically drink alcohol, because it just messes with the brain. For me, I use the natural, alcohol. I use coffee, which is the natural
Candy.
Yeah, okay.
brain. But like when you drink alcohol, you do a lot of crazy stuff, and I've done my fair share. I mean, I drank 2 beers, and I don't remember what happened, but I remember I drank 2 beers, and I literally walked from the Oakland Coliseum to the Oakland airport and offered the lady at the Delta counter $10 and was like, book me a trip to China. I want to go to China. I want to go see I want to go see the Great Wall. I want to see the bamboo sticks, all that stuff. And then that's why I realized from that day on, don't drink beer, because it just messes with your brain, and you end up doing like stupid stuff like that guy did with, blaming the GPS for, being drunk and then crashing into the police station. And I'm pretty sure he got arrested for that, because I think if you crash into the police car or you do anything with the police vehicle or station, you end up getting put behind bars. So simple lesson, folks. Never ever drink alcohol.
And Jason, I was about to ask that question, so don't worry, I got it. So Isaiah, I think we're all wondering here on right here live. We're wondering, what in the hell is natural alcohol?
Enlighten us.
Natural alcohol is is alcohol from the plants and from the trees and stuff like that. That's why I drink coffee, because coffee is natural chemicals. Coffee beans are grown from the ground, the rich soil with the sunlight and the water. That's
No devil.
Right here. This is
I don't recall having to be 21 to buy coffee, though.
You don't need to be any age to get coffee.
Natural
You can get
alcohol.
coffee when you're
Well,
3,
exactly. So it's not an alcohol.
but it's a natural alcohol.
Organic.
I'm gonna Google
So
that.
you're saying you got drunk drinking 2 cups of coffee?
No, I didn't get drunk drinking 2 cups of coffee. I got drunk drinking 3 Bud Lights at the A's.
Oh my
God! And it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
My alcohol tolerance is not really that good.
Oh my god.
My
Wow.
alcohol tolerance is not that good. I'm sorry.
I'm speechless. I am completely speechless right now.
Yeah, I don't know how to follow that up.
I God.
Right.
Natural alcohol coffee. Okay.
Oh my
Have
god.
we ever tested Isaiah for PhDs or something? I mean, or I don't know. Some
Need
kind
some
of drug.
Adderall. Pronto.
Wow. I'm so confused. Like, right?
I have no clue. I have no clue.
Mess around. How do you follow up with that?
Gee, I didn't even want to attempt it. I don't know. I'm surprised I didn't know what a GPS was, first of all.
Yeah, it's weird.
Second of all, obviously the guy got arrested. Isaiah, no, they just let him go because he had ran into the cop shop. Oh my god, I don't even know where to go with this.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine like that conversation that the guy is having when they come up to arrest him? He's like, "Officer, I swear it wasn't my fault. My GPS is the one who made me drunk and crashed into the police station."
Because the GPS is the one that made him drink. Sure.
Yeah, that would be completely insane. James.
On this episode of Knight Rider, David Hasselhoff gets taken to the police station by. I think, it's funny. Technology just seems like it's just controlling us when you think about it. even when you say something, it comes up as a Facebook or YouTube ad, and you realize the phones are listening to us. And there's been times where you think of something in your head, and then it comes up like 5 minutes later like I said, in a YouTube ad. So it really seems like something is controlling us sometimes of what we see. And maybe somehow the GPS machine just thought, well, this guy's drunk. Let's just get him to the police station. Imagine a Tesla doing that. Saying, hey, you aren't fit to drive. You can't even hold the wheel like you have to. We're gonna take you to the police station. If you don't turn off the car. So imagine that technology moving forward. That would be good because it would take those drivers, who are impaired off the road. So imagine that as a thing in the future. Like supposedly we're supposed to have like our own, flying cars. We're supposed to have them already. But imagine the capability of that GPS or that system saying, hey, you're unfit to take it up in the air, or you're unable to operate this machinery because of that.
I don't know. It's all weird. But Steven is saying, I guess the GPS is a solid excuse. What else would the guy say? What? No, that's not a solid excuse. All right, Big B, what's your thoughts?
Oh, well, this was an easy arrest for anybody. I mean, you guys sitting in a meeting and be like, oh, because they probably have goals that they want to reach every month, and they're like one short. They're like, God, it'd be nice if we just walk out the door and get an arrest right now. We hit our goal, and poof, somebody hits the door, and GPS must have been listening or something. I don't know, but I don't know. Blame the GPS. That's a new one. But yeah. Oh, Nate, you blew it.
The Knight
I was
Rider.
gonna ask Isaiah if he knew what Knight Rider was and what the name of the car was.
Well, he don't know what it is. Isaiah's looking up something right now.
The Knight Rider.
I thought it was a movie, to be honest with you, with guys like horses fighting each other with swords. I thought it was that.
Well, technically, it was a movie, I believe, at one time.
Yeah,
That sounds like a movie.
they did make a movie of it, but it was actually a TV show that was made into a movie. And it was
With the talking car, Isaiah, named Kit.
the Knight Rider was like one of the best movies. The TV show.
Household, right?
Yeah. And Dave Koch is saying it's the Kit car. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but I do agree with you guys on that. Like, this would probably be one of the easiest arrests there was out there. Walk out, bam, boom, you're good. Grab them, you're right back in. I mean, you can come up with a better excuse than that, though, like, to be perfectly honest. And
Well, just think, though, how do you go to trial being a defense attorney trying to prove the guy's innocent? I mean, that would just be... And somebody would take it, to try to prove themselves, but there's no way that you would be able to not get this guy off, I guess.
You close your suitcase and you get the hell out of there. Like you're on your own, buddy.
Just plead insanity.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, like when it comes to it, honestly, like there are cases out there where lawyers are looking at going, okay, well, there's really nothing we can do here. In their mind, they're thinking, there's nothing we can do here, but to get the money, absolutely, I'm taking that case. It's open shut, but I'm taking it. You want to pay me? Open shut case, sure,
Yeah.
sure. I'll take your money. And so Steve is saying, okay, but what excuse would you guys come up with then? I mean, obviously not a GPS one, because you're going to be in hot water at that point. You've already wrecked into a police station. You've already been drinking.
Oh, I got a good one. If I was me, crashed at the police station, I was listening to Isaiah's sport takes and just thought I'd end it.
right. I was just there. Just plead guilty. I mean, that would definitely be another one. So Ish is saying, okay, I think coffee needs to be added to the band of drinks / drug list since it's natural alcohol. And look, it clearly affects Isaiah reasoning and thinking with this take.
Yeah.
I drink 2
Did you
cups
have
of
any
coffee
drugs
every day.
today? No, I had a cup of coffee. Oh, that's a banned substance now. You can't come to work.
Oh, man.
But if you want to come up with an excuse, you could say, hey, I went to this party. I wasn't drinking. Somebody spilt the alcohol on me, but I was up all night long. I was using my GPS. I was trying to look at the direction, and I kind of got tired. I fell asleep, and I wrecked the car. But the alcohol you're smelling, I didn't drink it. Somebody
That's
spilled
natural alcohol I was drinking.
it. Yeah, that's natural alcohol.
Non-alcoholic alcohol.
Right. Non-alcohol. Yeah, it's there anyway. But we're pretty much at that time though. But tomorrow we actually do have a special guest coming on. Yep, it's tomorrow. We're having a special guest for Between the Ropes tomorrow. He's a professional wrestler. It's going to be great to see him. Get his insight on what it was like to be on Monday Night Raw. But anyways, Isaiah, I'll start out with you. Your final thoughts.
Well, my final thoughts is, I missed all of you guys. I missed all the viewers. Ace, Big B, Mess Around Dave. Shout out to you, man. You did an admirable job filling in for me last week. But it's great to be back on Kicking It, man. It's great to be back at this Saturday night party, man. I missed it so much. Final thoughts I would probably say is, I worked at the airport for 3 weeks now, and I've been very appalled by what some passengers pack, especially us guys. They clearly have a 50-pound limit, and the thing is that a lot of guests have been packing 65-pound, 75-pound stuff, and I even put a muscle in my arm trying to lift a heavy bag today. And here's the thing: this is some advice for all of the guys out there. All you need for vacation is this: t-shirts, underwear, pants, socks. That's it, and a pair of shoes. You don't need your 5 pairs of shoes or 4 bottles of shampoo or soaps or whatever. If you need soap, go get it downstairs at the hotel. If you need a towel, they have it for you at the hotel. If you're feeling hot, if you're feeling, like you're sweating a lot because you're wearing long pants. Why am I wearing long pants in Hawaii or somewhere hot? Take a pair of scissors, cut that baby up, cut that baby in half, and you got clothes right there. I just saved you 15 pounds. So there's your advice of the day from Isaiah. There's your airport advice of the day.
All right. Mess around. Your final thoughts.
I don't know, man. Isaiah, you killed me now with your takes. But it's always fun to be on the show. Like Ace said, tomorrow the interview with the wrestler guy is going to be fun. Tune in for that.
Spencer Slade is his name, just to tell everybody. Spencer Slade. All right, James.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me on. As Jason Barber just mentioned, Isaiah, I wish we can all say the same. You make my head hurt. At least me and Jason share the same sentiment. I think we all do, probably. Again, thank you for having me on. Shout out to everybody in the comments section. Shout out to C2C. Can't wait for Sports Minute on Wednesday night. Hopefully I'll be on there and ready to go.
But I will say, though, would this show be this show without Isaiah? No. He brings the entertainment. I can
He
tell
brings
you
the
that.
headaches.
Yeah, he does, man. He brings something. All right, Big B.
No, thanks for having me on, Isaiah. I'll never forget how much you make my head hurt. I think we need to turn that into a song somehow. I don't know. We need somebody to come up with a song. But tomorrow morning, just a short, 10 hours from now, roughly 10 Central, Morning Tailgate will be back on with their second episode of the year with myself and Mess Around. So can't wait for that. And, if you guys always have questions or want our takes on things, check us out on Morning Tailgate. Have a good one.
All right. Yeah, we definitely want to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow afternoon for a special edition of Between the Ropes for when we interview Spencer Slade. It's going to be a very, very fun episode. So with that, we hope everybody has a fantastic night. And for some of us, we'll see you next Saturday for another episode of Kicking It with Isaiah and Ace. Have a fantastic night.